Welcome to OWAD today. I'm Sophie, a pilot into the University of Chinese. Let's continue unpacking lookalikes. And today, instead of having the stroke connected to the very edge of the horizontal line, we shift it inward and make it a separate thing, disconnected here. And it's kind of number 10, but with this vertical line with the sideways going at the end. And the whole thing, again, related to the weaponry, right? Related to military. And it means slightly different with its own connotations. Here, it's pronounced as róng. And I translate it as weapons because really it's made of two parts. One is this offense weaponry. This is the dagger spear that we have seen yesterday. And instead of a human figure separated, here we have jia. Okay, this character we have came across this year when we unpack the number in the farm field, in a boxy range. Okay, so in today's contemporary Chinese, it's simply a box with quadrants in it, but the bottom of that vertical line peered through, and that's jia. And jia, Chinese use that as the beginning, like the number one. That's the equivalent of an English scoring system using English letter A. So it's class A or A student. That's jia. And jia is the beginning of the life's journey of a plant, starting from the seed, which particularly is this horizontal line, signifying the seed in its shell here. So this structure, almost like a tongue, right? Opening up. So this captured the moment of the seed popping out of its shell. I mean, just one quick movement, but it's the beginning of the life. It's almost like the birth time of humans, right? Out of the womb. This is the seed popping out of its seed's womb and start to come out to the world to try to be a plant. All right. And this jia, this shell figure came from this, came from the seed popping out of the shell, and eventually shell become this character's one core meaning. Besides its class A, or the beginning means the sequentially is the number one, the first, versus the few days ago we saw fifth, right? So this, instead of a sequence, sometimes we also talk about the shell itself. We talked about the beginning, the protector of the seed at the beginning. And this shell eventually moved here. In this context of weaponry, means armor. So this is on the defense side. Not only you need to have sharp weapons to go after your enemy to fight, right? Efficient weaponry to cause injury, harm, or death to your enemy. You need to protect yourself in that ancient warring scene. So this jia, because of the protective nature of the shell of a plant, we borrow that meaning to apply to the armors soldiers wear in the battlefield. Okay, so the whole thing made of both the offense, this spear dagger, and defense, the armor, and eventually this armor was simplified. Instead of put the jia over here, it's too much. Somebody just take out what it actually want to signify, the shell. You see this thing is gone. And then the remaining part is this seed popping out of the shell and remove the shell. It's one of the ironies of how language evolved, right? The key meaning there was removed. And then now, later days, we'll have to guess what this is about. All right, so altogether, offense, defense, combined means weapons, because you do need the protection when you go out to fight, right? So 头笔从容 笔 pen or brush in ancient version of pen represent intellectual world work, or in today's profession differentiation would be white collar job. So 投笔 like throw away your pen. 从容 follow the weapons. What that means? Okay, it means at a period when your country or regime, your homeland, was under attack or in a crisis moment, students who used to be just using pens to, I guess, be part of the bureaucracy of the place, decide to put on weapons to go defend their country directly, contribute that way as a warrior instead of a writer. Okay. 戎马生涯 戎 weapons, right? The whole gears in a battlefield, and 马 horse, and 戎 and 马 back together simply as cavalier. It was the most glamorous equipment back then, because horse give you mobility, right? Only and also it's a special training. You no longer just work with weapons. You work with an animal together to become a effective kind of a deadly unit. Both the soldier, the weapons, and the horse have to coordinate together to make a good cavalier. And 生涯 生 life 涯 bank. Life bank is a Chinese way to say career path. You stay within your bank, within the boundaries. So 生涯 simply signify that this is your life's choice. You want to dedicate your life to take on weapons, to ride a horse, to become a cavalier, to fight. All right. 弓矢戎兵 4 individual things put together. 弓 is our archery. 矢 is the arrow. So bow and arrow, basically, okay, is the bow here. We can almost still see the bow shape, right? 弓矢. Now, 戎 weapons, 兵 is the foot soldier that use all of this. So 弓矢戎兵 simply means the gears and the foot soldier together to make the complete equipped and trained personnel to even participate with war. And here is, armor look, which is this 甲, this part, right? And then we also have this dagger, spear. I try to show both on the same picture, but okay, I guess we have to see and imagine here is this dagger spear. That's what 戎 originally was about. Thank you for joining. See you another day.